You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
Well, everyone knew that the NFL was actually investigating the prank call on Shedeur Sanders. Now, there was also two other players in the NFL draft who were also prank called. But when it comes to Shedeur Sanders, the NFL made it be known they were going to investigate this. And pretty much, guys, the internet, I guess, did all of the investigating, folks, because before the NFL even came out and said, all right, yeah, this is Jeff Ulbrich's son that did this, it was all over the internet, guys. Everyone knew it was the Atlanta Falcons defensive coordinator's son that did that. And the investigation is now closed, and now punishment is being handed out by the NFL, folks. So the Atlanta Falcons and Jeff Ulbrich have both been punished, and the NFL has now made a statement. There's going to be a fine for the Falcons and Jeff Ulbrich directly. So let's go ahead, guys, and get into this. Right over here on ESPN, NFL fines Falcons defensive coordinator Jeff Ulbrich over Shedeur Sanders' prank call. The NFL has fined the Atlanta Falcons $250,000 and defensive coordinator Jeff Ulbrich $100,000 in response to Ulbrich's son's prank call made to Shedeur Sanders during the NFL draft. Ulbrich's 21-year-old son admitted to the prank call and apologized in an Instagram post Sunday. The Falcons said in a statement Sunday that Jack Ulbrich wrote down a number from his father's open iPad while visiting his parents' home to later conduct a prank call. Now, I'm pretty sure, guys, that Jeff Ulbrich didn't anticipate his son actually getting on his iPad and jotting down the phone number of Shedeur Sanders and probably some other NFL prospects as well. But that is exactly what happened. And I told you guys in a previous video, man, I never leave my phone open. I don't leave my tablet open. It is always closed, even though I don't really have anything to hide on it. But you never know. You know, somebody may just come in, see your phone, and they start going through your phone. Nah, lock up your iPad, okay? And I'm pretty sure, that was probably a company iPad provided to him by the Atlanta Falcons. But now he's being punished. The NFL said the fines were for, quote, failing to prevent the disclosure of confidential information distributed to the club in advance of the NFL draft. And you know what? I understand what the NFL is saying right there, man. I wouldn't want my personal information out there for people to see. I mean, some people may just say, oh, this is a phone number. Yeah, it's a phone number. But also that phone number was a number that no one was supposed to have outside of NFL teams. Now, I don't know why Jeff Ulbrich, just being the defensive coordinator, actually had the number of Shedeur Sanders, considering that Shedeur Sanders plays offense. But I guess, teams provided all this information to everyone on the coaching staff. Anyway, the Falcons said in the statement, quote, we appreciate the NFL's swift and thorough review of last week's data exposure and the event that transpired due to it. We were proactive in addressing the situation internally and cooperated fully with the league throughout the process and accept the discipline levied to Coach Jeff Ulbrich and the organization. We are confident in our security policies and practices and will continue to emphasize adherence to them with our staff, whether on or off the premises. The Falcons added that, quote, the Ulbrich family is working with the organization to participate in community service initiatives in relation to last week's matter. Really? I mean, let's just be real, man. Do they really need to actually do community service? I mean, what does that even mean? Okay? What does that even mean? I mean, if I was Jeff Ulbrich, man, I'm going to start making my son repay that $100,000. That's a lot of money. I'm pretty sure that Jeff Ulbrich makes very, very good money. But if my son essentially, in this case, stole $100,000 from me, oh no, he's paying me back. He's got to pay me back. That's a lot of money right there. I mean, the organization, the Falcons, and Jeff Ulbrich both got fined because of his son. And of course, you guys know there's nothing that the NFL could actually do to his son. But also, Jeff Ulbrich should have never left his iPad open. I'm pretty sure now, guys, he's probably never going to trust his son again. I mean, this probably caught him definitely off guard here. As Sanders continued to wait for his name to be called on day 2 of the draft Friday, a video surfaced on social media of the former Colorado quarterback receiving a call from someone impersonating New Orleans Saints general manager Mickey Loomis. The caller told Sanders, quote, "We're going to take you with our next pick, man, but you're going to have to wait a little bit longer, man. Sorry about that." A confused Sanders asked the crowd gather for his draft party, "What does that mean?" Yeah. And of course, Jats Ulbrich came out and made an apology. Do I think it was authentic? No, I really don't. I think that he just apologized because he got caught. And these kids, man, also idiots for filming themselves. Chances are, guys, if they didn't actually film themselves making a phone call, it would have been much harder for the NFL to find out who actually did this and connect it back to Jeff Ulbrich and the Atlanta Falcons. Man. But Sanders did get drafted, 5th round pick. I'm actually kind of surprised though that as much as the race card has been played about Shedeur Sanders dropping to the 5th round, I'm surprised. I haven't really heard anything about Jats Ulbrich being called racist for prank calling Shedeur Sanders. I'm very curious about that. And also the NFL, are you going to investigate the other 2 prank calls that also happened? I'm curious about that because there was multiple prank calls that actually happened. And I was under the impression that it was actually probably connected around Jats Ulbrich as well, but we really haven't heard anything. I mean, this is probably a bit story, because Shedeur Sanders actually dropped in the draft. I mean, if Shedeur Sanders was actually a top 5 pick, that phone call would have never happened. It more than likely would have never happened, but apparently Jats actually got that phone number like days before, and they were actually waiting on the NFL draft. And then Shedeur is actually dropping, and then they made that phone call. But there you have it, guys. The NFL has now punished the Atlanta Falcons and Jeff Ulbrich for his idiot son making his prank phone call on Shedeur Sanders. That's just my thoughts on this. What do you guys think of this? Black and white sports fans, let us know what you think about all this in the comments. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, and we'll catch you next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.